Hi, thanks for joining me. My name is Marissa. Thank you for coming to my channel tonight. I'm going to show you my skincare routine and how I take off my makeup every night. Now, I'm going to get very vulnerable very quick. These are my real eyebrows. I definitely feel them, so be kind when I take them off, when I wash them off. So please be kind. Anyways, so we're going to start with cleansing our skin. Usually I like to use just a normal cleanser. Right now I just have just a sample for a small size of the Neutrogena Hydro Boost Hydrating Cleansing Gel. It's supposed to be pretty good for taking off makeup, impurities. It's got hyaluronic acid. Or I use the Cerave Acne Foaming Cream Cleanser, which I think is very helpful for my skin. It's got 4% benzoyl peroxide, which is good to clear up acne. I found that benzoyl peroxide works the best on my skin. Salicylic acid, there we go, also works pretty okay, but I found that the benzoyl peroxide works the best. And then hyaluronic acid is good for your skin. I've done a little bit of research. I'm not a skincare expert, just a little enthusiast, if you will. And hyaluronic acid is good for hydrating the skin. So hence the Hydro Boost hydrating cleansing, right? So yeah, so first I'm going to start with washing my face. Just take my watch off. Keep the nice hairline for my outdoor runs here. No need to waste the water. So I take the cleanser directly to my dry skin, personally. Again, I said, watch out, the eyebrows are coming. They're real eyebrows. Okay, anyways. I'm super self-conscious. I have very light eyebrows, and I am so self-conscious about them. Anyways, so yeah, you just make little circles around, kind of get all over. I really like to get in my brows to get all that product out, and then I avoid my eyes right now, and I'll show you what I do to get that off. So I take a baby washcloth, or washcloth. Sorry, Indiana's coming out. So take a baby cloth from my kiddo. Nothing fancy. I think we probably got at Target. So I get that wet, and then I start wiping. I've been told by a couple of dermatologists that I've seen not to drag down on your skin, because that is going to just increase your fine lines, but instead just kind of do like simple little circles. And I know that you're not supposed to drag on your eyes, but I can't help it. I just can't. So I just do a little bit on my eyes. I have sensitive eyes, so I try not to put too much product in. These little AirPods are in the way. So it is very important to get right here, especially when you're blending out your foundation during the day. You usually, you put it all the way back to the line. So a lot of people will forget to get that like kind of ear area and your neck. Because if you did your makeup correctly or blended it correctly, it should be down your neck to decrease the chances of that line being there. So anyway. And right here is also a easy spot to leave foundation or concealer. So yeah, there's my dirty cloth. And I just take some warm water and a rinse. I know I don't look like the commercials, right? Much messier than the commercials. So anyways, take your towel and just kind of dab. Try not to drag too much. Just kind of pat the skin. And then when you're going on the neck, I've always been told to push up. Do you guys push up when you do that? I feel like I can never remember to. And then I just go in like a savage and just wipe, and I'm not doing my skin any justice. Like I said, I'm not an expert. Okay, so So then after that, I don't think that that's enough to clean your skin. So I take, this is just the Miceller cleansing water, all-in-one waterproof. It's the blue one. I've tried a lot of Miceller waters, and this has been the most effective. I've also heard good stuff about Bioderma. I just haven't been able to find it around me, and I don't like paying for shipping. So if you guys know of somewhere that has Bioderma and you don't have to pay for shipping, well, let me know. So like I said, make sure you get here. And I like to use, I usually have to end up using a couple cloths or just a couple of these like little disposable. I know that's pretty wasteful. And I always just forget when I'm on Amazon to order some reusable ones. And I know I can use like washcloths and stuff like that, but I feel like cotton pads work the best for me. Okay. So now that we feel like our makeup is pretty much off, I always have to kind of go over my eyes again. I don't wear eyeliner very much. I do on like special occasions, or you know, if I want to like zhuzh up a Friday for work. Just usually mascara, and I don't wear waterproof. My eyes do not like waterproof. So after that is done, now is the fun part that I think is fun. So I take the Badescu skincare facial spray with aloe, herbs, and rosewater, and I just do a couple spritz or a few spritz. And then after that, I will go in with my hyaluronic acid. I got this from my FabFitFun box. It's by Grace and Stella. Hyaluronic acid, hydrating serum. There's not much information on it. It's just a very simple bottle. But I've also heard that dampening your skin with like a rosewater or some sort of like toner spray before putting in your hyaluronic acid really like supercharges it. And helps it to absorb better. I guess I should probably explain my skin type a little bit. So I have sensitive skin. It's only been sensitive, I think, since I've been an adult and like having kids and my skin's changed. So yeah, see, you keep catching me. I'm going down, but I need to go up. Really work out that double chin. Alright, and then make sure you get nice and moisturized underneath the eyes. But yeah, so sensitive skin, I've got combo skin usually. I get a little bit oily, but it's primarily dry. And I have some fine lines going on in my forehead, more so lately. I would say I've noticed them the past like year. And then I do suffer from hormonal cystic acne. Not all the time, thankfully, but when I get them, I get them. But along with the cystic acne, I get a lot of acne scarring, and I've been trying to deal with that for about a year now. I've been trying to really, focus on fixing that. Right now I've been using the Acure, I'm not sure, Essentials Rosehip oil. Looks like this. I like it quite a bit. I do notice a bit of a difference, for sure, except the bottle is pretty messy, so I'll show you. So here's a little pump. I put like 3 pumps on my hand, and then it just kind of like gathers up there in the ring, which drives me crazy. But anyways, not that big of a deal. So I like to mainly focus on the areas that I have the discoloration, or I have right now, I have a little bit of a breakout going on. Thank you, hormones, right? And I just like to press it in. And like I said, make sure you get around the eye area. I don't particularly use a eye cream. I just like putting my serums or moisturizer in that area instead. And I think it's helpful. I have tried eye cream before. I just never noticed a big difference to where I felt like that was a necessary step. So usually I'll let that kind of sit for a minute. I will like brush my teeth, do my thing, kind of let that just absorb to the skin. And then I will go in and I will top it off with an actual moisturizing cream. I do have dry skin in most of my areas. I do get a little bit oily in the T-zone, but that's usually like weather related, kind of like oils will gather that away. But right now I'm using like Somerville Goat Milk moisturizing cream. I like it. It's very liquidy, which threw me off initially when I opened it. I don't know if you guys can tell the consistency, but it is, yeah, there you go. It looks so clear. It does look like goat milk. Like, it is very liquidy. So I just take some dabs. I'm very liberal when it comes to my moisturizer or my like creams. I personally think more the merrier, for sure. The more the better. Yeah, and then I will just go into this. Look at that. Don't forget the neck. I have some fine lines on my neck. I'm only 25, but I feel like I'm so picky about my skin. I'm like so like nitpicky, at least. Not really picky about my skin, but just I like to focus on the imperfections of it. Yeah, so it's just what I like to do. And then I also take the face cream, and I like putting it on my hands at night. That's just a habit of mine. Sorry, there's a dog outside. My neighbor's dog's outside. Like my husband's t-shirt? It's nice. I think he's probably had this since high school. But I have now since taken it. It's only taken me a few years to snag it finally. Alright, so rub that in. Yeah, look at my fancy tan light for my watch, guys. I've been training for a half marathon, and so I'm out running outside a lot. Speaking of outside, make sure that you use an SPF. I've noticed that my acne scarring has gotten much worse on my chin area if I don't use an SPF when I go outside. Because what I've read is that basically if you don't put a barrier between your skin or your scarring and the sun, it will basically just bake in your scarring. I don't know if that's quite true, but I do notice that it is much more noticeable if I don't put SPF on. So don't forget to do that. A lot of models that I've kind of watched on like Vogue and whatnot, they always rave about SPF. It doesn't matter what kind you use, chemical or physical SPF. It just depends on your skin type. Just use one. I've been using a Cerave, I don't know where it went, but I've been using a Cerave day cream, and it has SPF, I think 40 in it. So I like it. I use it under makeup, and I try to incorporate SPF into my skincare and my makeup akin. So yeah, again, like I said, this is just my everyday kind of nightly routine. Some nights I'll do a mask. I usually do a mask maybe once a week, if that. I'm a big fan of like charcoal mud masks, because I can just leave them on, go do my thing, go do the dishes, take a bath, take a bath. Okay, Marissa. Anyways, I don't take baths very often. Like I would say once a month. Usually it's quick shower and go. But yeah, so thank you for joining me. I hope that some of this was helpful. Like I said, I'm not an expert, but I'm an enthusiast. And that's how I take off my makeup at night, pretty much every night, the same way. It doesn't matter how you take it off, whether it's cloths, like wipes, things like that. Just take your makeup off at night. You have no idea the bacteria that will build up on your skin. Especially eye makeup, I'm very like picky about getting that off every night. It doesn't matter if I've had like one too many glasses of wine or what. I am taking it off before I go to bed. So yeah, thank you for joining me tonight, and I hope that you will subscribe and like. Have a good night.